Hi, lovely one. So I'm here for your full moon forecast. Wow, does anyone else feel like this year is just feels really expansive, like things are moving super quick? I said I'd be wintering, but I feel like things are just in motion, so I'm going with it. Um, so this full moon is happening in Leo on the 25th of January at 5 degrees and 15 minutes. So that is at 5:53 p.m. That's GMT time. Um, I might get distracted because I can see my cat. We've now got these cat steps, if you can see in the background, where she goes up and, explores. So that is Nala, if you see the cat in the background. So a full moon, to remind you, is a time of culmination where we see what seeds we planted at the new moon have come into fruition. Or, we're starting to see the seeds grow because not everything we plant, particularly if it's a big thing we're manifesting, not everything is going to come to fruition in 2 weeks, right? May need longer. So be patient and notice the seeds that have grown in the last 2 weeks. Really celebrate that because sometimes we can get stuck in, the thing we are focusing on, the thing we put our energy into at the new moon, it's not coming into being. But it does take patience. This is what working with the moon has taught me. It's a subtle process, and the more we can, you know, be in gratitude and celebrate those moments of momentum, the easier the journey gets, right? The easier it is to be in flow and keep moving forward. So remember, keep taking those small steps. Right. So the full moon in Leo. Leo is a fire sign. So it's all about the creative self, how we express ourselves artistically, um, embracing our creative talents and really bringing more joy and, fun into our lives. Leo is ruled by the heart, so it's very much about joy and having that inner courage to go for what we want. I definitely know I need a bit more of that sometimes. My Capricorn can get bogged down and get super serious. So this is a reminder to bring that playfulness back into your life, even if it's a small way, even if you say, I'm going to take 10 minutes today to just dance to my favorite songs, right? And just, feel really happy. That's okay. Um, so with any full moon, we have that polarity. So the moon is in Leo, but we've also got that balance between this need for creativity and Aquarius, which is air, and it's very much about being part of community. Um, Whereas Leo is very much about the self. Who am I as an individual? Aquarius thinks about, right, how can I make an impact in the collective, you know, and how can I use my quirks and my authenticity to make that happen, right? So it's a very innovative sign. And Aquarius, often people with strong Aquarius are quite good at technology, innovation, that kind of thing. So what I love, although these obviously there's always polarity points, what I love about these two archetypes is there actually is quite a strong link to being individual. So what is it that makes you who you are? And that's a question you can journal on. I'd love to hear what is it that makes you who you are, that makes you shine? And these can be qualities you are and also skills and talents you have. Because we often take them for granted, right? My mum always said to me when I was younger, "Oh, how can you paint? Like, how can you do that like with watercolor?" And I was like, I don't know, I just can. I take it for granted because I can just do it and it comes easily to me. But to somebody else, they're like, wow. So I bet there's things that you're good at that you think, oh, that's not that great. It is what makes you you. So keep a list, keep it up on your whiteboard and just keep adding to this list, right? So whenever you're having a downward moment, you can remember, look at that list and go, oh, I am actually really good at a lot of things. Um, so, and also as an archetype, I want to give you, Leo is the lion. It's bold, it's courageous, but I want to bring in that female aspect, which is the lioness. If you think of the lioness, she is playful. It's a very sensual energy. So there's a sense of fierceness about this energy, but there's also a real soft side. Um, and there's I think it's Bast. There's an Egyptian goddess called Bast who is the protectress. So she's a fierce protector. Think of a lioness. She fiercely protects her young, right? So this is the energy we're in. Um, and also at this full moon, we've got a square to Jupiter. So Jupiter expands things. So just be careful that you don't overdo things or get like lead from your ego, because the shadow side of Leo is where we can, get pride ourselves. So we need to learn to be humble here. And obviously, if we're leading with our egos, we're not in our hearts, which is what Leo is all about, is leaning into the heart and being courageous, So, watch for if you're getting really focused on yourself, just make sure you check in with your bigger vision, right? That Aquarius part that can help us go, okay, I'm doing this for me, and that's great because we need to do things for ourselves, but also is it connected with that bigger vision where I want to head to? Yeah. So just watch you don't over exaggerate or set too big a goal for yourself. That is very much what that Jupiterian energy can do. And I know with the Saggy moon, sometimes I can get ahead of myself and almost be a bit too ambitious. And then it's something that's really unrealistic. And then I don't meet that goal, right? So just step by step, break things down, okay? And don't put loads of pressure on yourself. Because the fire gets excited in the moment, and then you think, oh shit, that's a lot of creative projects or whatever you're birthing, right? And also Leo being a fire sign, we are in the creative realm. So you might get a lot of ideas at this time, just note them down and know that you don't have to act on all of them right away, okay? Permission to put them aside. Um, so this full moon is really about finding, if you're a creative or an artist, who are the people I often support, like what are your artistic talents, you know? Or, if you paint or you're a visual artist, what is your unique painting style? Is it that you use really bold colors in your paintings? Is it that it has a whimsical element to it? What is it that makes you unique, right? Celebrate that, okay? Um, and as well, a big transit. Well, it's been on and off, but you may know that Pluto has just moved into Aquarius. That was on the 20th of January. So Pluto was in last year. It's moved back in. And this is a long cycle. My memory's gone blank. I'm just gonna look how long that is in Aquarius for. Um, but Pluto asks us to shed the old. You may have heard me talk about Pluto. Pluto is showing us collectively, what is not in alignment with this higher vision, with our community. So there may be things globally that come out into the spotlight, secrets and things that have been hidden. And this is like a real opportunity for transformation, particularly when it comes to innovative technologies. I know, like AI is growing, which I must say I have reservations about. Um, so real expansion in technology. Um, so yeah, there's a big opportunity for us to grow and expand and just be more live from the heart and also be in communities and groups that of people that support each other that are on the same wavelength, right? So this is a real opportunity to find your tribe, find the people that are also painters, That's something I'm looking for, is looking for, more networking groups or artist groups where I can connect with those people as well. Um, Sorry, bear with me. I'm just gonna find where I can't remember the date. Yeah, so Pluto will be in Aquarius till March the 8th, 2043. So there's a long transit. So this is not just this year, but this is the start of this transit. So we may see, big transformation, like I said, when it comes to technology. And Aquarius is like the rebellious. It's quite rebellious. It's quite radical. So there may be like new radical, ways of thinking that come into the limelight somehow. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And maybe this is a real opportunity for us to really utilize social media more for your art, for your business, to get it out there, and find those groups and communities that support you as an artist and a creative. Um, and Pluto always gives us almost a sense of hunger. I remember when I came out of my Pluto transit and I felt a deepening, literally a deepening in my roots. Although this is moving through an air sign, but it may be that you are clearer about your vision and you have a sense, like a deep hunger about what you're here on this planet to do. And really using your self-expression, using your artistic talents to create good in the world, right? For a higher purpose. Aquarius cares about that higher vision. How can I support humanity? How can I heal the collective with others and also embrace my quirks and use them to my advantage? Okay, so this links back with the Leo energy I'm talking about, is what is it that makes you authentically you? So make your list, and I'd love to hear some of the things you're celebrating about what make you uniquely you. Yeah. And Leo is a fixed energy, so we've got a bit of stability, even though it is fire. We have that opportunity to sort of double down on any habits or new intentions that we want to create, although essentially full moons are about releasing. I also think full moons are about, we see what is under the surface, the things that we might have buried. So be aware of your thoughts and feelings over the next 24 hours and notice the things that feel strong that are surfacing for you, or you notice that same feeling. Track it. What is that? What is underneath that feeling? Is there a situation that's coming up that needs healing? And also what's interesting is in the zodiac wheel, Leo actually represents our transition from child to adult. So it's that teenager phase. It's quite awkward where, we're learning who we are. There's part of us that is a bit confident, maybe rebellious. And then there's a part of us that might, lack confidence. So there is a childlike energy to Leo, and it's learning to, okay, where does my inner teenager act out? I see it in myself. I actually work with teenagers a few days a week, and it's really interesting to watch them. And, some of them are quiet if if they're not with people they know. And when they were around their friends, they lighten up and they're completely different. So it's almost like their inner flame comes alive. But it is a tricky time. So think back to maybe there's things from your teenage years um, that you can release, experiences that were negative that you need to heal. It's something to ponder on anyway. I'm putting it out to you. But I hope that helps. And I hope you all have a beautiful full moon in Leo. And do let me know what makes you uniquely you. Please share it in the comments. Love to hear from you. And if anyone wants to dive deeper, I have opened a couple of spaces for my one-to-one program, 6-month container. So do reach out if you're interested in that. And yeah, I will see you all soon, my loves. Bye for now.